Hey guys, I'm just getting ready for bed. I just wanted to come in and read a page with you. This is page 11 in The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. At the bottom of page 10, it says, follow intuition. Have you a hunch to do anything or go anywhere? Intuition means intuition or to be taught from within. It is man's unerring, that means cannot be mistaken, guide. I will deal more fully with its laws in a following chapter. The woman replied, I seem to have a hunch to go home. I've just enough money for car fare. Her home was in a distant city and was one of lack and limitation. The reasoning mind, or intellect, or the conscious mind, would have said, stay in New York and get work and make some money. I replied, then go home. Never violate a hunch. That's one of the keys here. Even if it doesn't make sense logically, never violate a hunch. That's God. That's God talking to you. I spoke the following words for her. Infinite Spirit, open the way for great abundance for this person. She is an irresistible magnet for all that belongs to her by divine right. She is an irresistible magnet for all that belongs to her by divine right. God, open the way for great abundance for me. I told her to repeat it continually also. She left for home immediately. In calling on a woman one day, she linked up with an old friend of her family. Through this friend, she received thousands of dollars in a most miraculous way. She has said to me often, tell people about the woman who came to see you with $8 and a hunch. There is always plenty on man's pathway. It can only be brought into manifestation through desire, faith, or the spoken word. Jesus brought out clearly that man must make the first move. Quote, ask, and it shall be given. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. Unquote, from Matthew 7:7. In the scriptures we read, concerning the works of my hands, command ye me. Command ye me. What does that mean? Let's back up a little. That story where the woman receives money by doing something that logically wouldn't result in money was because she did what felt right in her gut. She listened to that first instinct. Where is it? Where did it say it in here? The superconscious mind usually flashes across the consciousness as an unattainable idea, something too good to be true. It flashes across the consciousness. Those things where you're like, I really want that, or like, that won't work. God, that would be nice. Those kinds of things that you're just like, you don't know why you want it. It doesn't make sense to want it. You gotta trust it. That's what she's saying here. Apparently that's what it says in the Bible as well. The authoritative text. Let's see. Yeah. There is always plenty on man's pathway. Like your abundance, your true desires, your true calling, purpose, fulfillment, meaning, the meaning of your life. It's waiting for you ahead. It's on that yellow brick road. It's on the path for you. It can only be brought into manifestation through desire, faith, or the spoken word. It's already there for you, but you have to be wearing the 3D glasses that allow you to see it, which you get through desire, faith, or the spoken word. Infinite intelligence, or God, is ever ready to carry out man's smallest or greatest desires. You have to remember, the universe is conspiring in your favor. You have to believe it too. Don't just know it. You actually have to believe that. That's the hardest part for me as well. There's so many things that I'm scared that I can't do or can't get. Today, actually, I have a cold. You can kind of tell. I also have asthma. So when I have a chest cold, my asthma gets really bad sometimes, probably once a year. It's scary not being able to breathe. What I realized yesterday actually was my fear of not being able to breathe made my breathing worse because, I don't know, because my muscles were tighter, because I was focusing on that I couldn't breathe. I was like, oh, I can't breathe. But then I realized I was doing that. I was just like, you are breathing. You can breathe. Just relax. And immediately I can breathe. I can breathe. My chest is congested. I do keep getting fear because obviously it is dangerous not being able to breathe well. Half the problem is my fear. If I let go of that, it's not nearly as bad as I'm afraid it is. God or your higher power, universe, is ever ready. You can use a rock. I've heard of someone using a doorknob. You can use your favorite song or musician. You don't have to believe in God to have a higher power. God is ever ready to carry out man's smallest or greatest demands. Every desire, uttered or unexpressed, is a demand. We are often startled by having a wish suddenly fulfilled. For example, one Easter, having seen many beautiful rose trees in the florist's window, I wished I would receive one. For an instant, saw it mentally being carried in the door. Easter came, and with it, a beautiful rose tree. I thanked my friend the following day and told her it was just what I wanted. She replied, I didn't send you a rose tree, I sent you lilies. The man had mixed the order and sent me the rose tree, simply because I had started the law in action. I had to have a rose tree. Nothing stands between man and his highest ideals, and every desire of his heart, doubt and fear. Nothing stands between a man and his highest ideals and every desire of his heart except doubt and fear. When man can wish without worrying, every desire will be instantly fulfilled. I will explain more fully in a following chapter the scientific reason for this and how fear must be erased from the consciousness. It is man's only enemy. Fear of lack, fear of failure, fear of sickness, fear of loss, and a feeling of insecurity on some plane. Jesus said, why are you fearful, ye of little faith? From Matthew 8:26. We can see that we must substitute faith for fear. For fear is only inverted faith. It is faith in evil instead of good. The object of the game of life is to see clearly one's good and obliterate all mental pictures of evil. This must be done by impressing the subconscious mind with a realization of good. A very brilliant man who has attained great success told me he had suddenly erased all fear from his consciousness by reading a sign which hung in a room. He saw printed in large letters the statement, why worry? It will probably never happen. Why worry? It will probably never happen. What use is worrying except wasting energy that you could spend on thanking God for all the good in your life? These words were stamped indelibly upon his conscious mind, his subconscious mind. He now has a firm conviction that only good can come into his life. Therefore, only good can manifest. He believes that only good can come into his life. Therefore, that's all that will be created. That's all he'll see. That's what gratitude does. In the following chapter, I'll deal with the different methods of impressing the subconscious mind. It is man's faithful servant. One must be careful to give it the right orders. Good vibes. Man has ever a silent listener at his side, his subconscious mind. Every thought, every word is impressed upon it and carried out in amazing detail. It's like a singer making a record on the sensitive disc of the phonographic plate. I love these references. Basically, when you're recording something on the record, it gets impressed on the grooves. Every note and tone of the singer's voice is registered. If he coughs or hesitates, it is also registered. Let us break all the old bad records in the subconscious mind. Shatter them. The records of our lives which we do not wish to keep. Make new and beautiful ones. Speak these words aloud with power and conviction. Quote, I now smash and demolish, by my spoken word, every untrue record in my subconscious mind. They shall return to the dust heap of their native nothingness, for they came from my own vain imaginings. I now make my perfect records through the Christ within. That's intuition. I now make the perfect records through my intuition, my superconscious mind, my connection to my higher power, whatever it may be. The records of health, wealth, love, and perfect self-expression. This is the square of life, the game completed." End quote. In the following chapters, I will show how man can change his conditions by changing his words. Any man who does not know the power of the word is behind the times. And from Proverbs 18:21, death and life are in the power of the tongue.